Greetings, friends, and welcome to our 11th installment of a Bible Refresher in 5. What's in it for you? Reed Bear, pastor and teacher at West Parish of Barnstable, United Church of Christ on Old Cape Cod, with our Is the Bible a Roadmap edition? Well, some time ago, you might recall that I shared with you my thoughts that the Bible is the greatest love story ever told. That it is, at heart, a collection of 66 books which document God's love for us and for all creation. Now, with tomorrow being Valentine's Day, a day of the year dedicated to love, it is fitting to remember that key truth today. Now, sometimes people get the idea that the Bible is another kind of book altogether, that it is actually a roadmap to the life of faith, sort of a holy Rand McNally atlas to a higher spiritual existence. Now, this is understandable because I think many of us long for such a guidebook. We sense that the life of faith is a journey. For instance, we know that as a child, we had an image of God which perhaps resembled that bearded old man on the Sistine Chapel ceiling. But for many, over time, their conception of God changes. And it would be nice, we think, if we had a guide for our spiritual journey. And so, of course, the Bible must be it. Unfortunately, this gets the Bible backwards. For the Bible is not about us and our journey to God. It is all about God's unrelenting journey towards us. Now think about it. Abram and Sarai are quite content living a safe and secure life in Mesopotamia when God comes to them, comes to Abram, summoning them to leave their home and journey to a land that God has promised to show them. And then think of the Hebrew people in captivity in Pharaoh's Egypt. They do not seek God, but God hears their cries, observes their suffering, and so commissions Moses to bring the people out of bondage. Jesus tells story after story about God and how God is always after us, not the other way around. There's the shepherd who, abandoning all caution, goes out in search of the one lost sheep. There's the woman who rips her house apart in search of the one lost coin. The man who sells everything he has to buy the field where lies the solitary pearl. This, Jesus tells us, is how it works. Yes, there is a long and winding road, but it is not us on it in search of God. It is God who trots along the way in search of us. Jesus came to seek out and save the lost, which means the only requirement to get found by God is, well, to be lost. So the good news of all this is that you do not need to pore over every word of the Bible to memorize detailed instructions about what you need to do to find God. You do not need to cram as if preparing for a final exam. There is no need to search out a Cliff Notes version to unpack obscure meanings and hidden clues. Because what the Bible is trying to teach you is that God is doing the heavy lifting here, relentlessly, in love, seeking you out, knocking on your door, hoping that you will open the door just a peek, and then perhaps let God in. What's in the Bible for you? Nothing less than new and abundant life. See you next week.